Hey guys, good afternoon everybody. Welcome back to the channel United Red Devils 20 on YouTube. Hope you're all having a fantastic weekend so far. Hope you're all having a good Saturday afternoon, and I hope you're all looking forward to the first brand new weekend in May 2024 this year. First of all, do me a massive favour for me. Hit the like button, hit the share button, hit the subscribe button if you're new to the channel. United Red Devils 20 on YouTube. Share the video, hit the tweet button, hit the retweet button, and always remember to put the notification bell on at all times to receive dedicated brand new content right throughout the rest of 2024 this year on this channel, on this community for brand new Fortnite, Rocket League, EAFC, Fall Guys, Call of Duty, EAFC 25, F1 24. We've got the summer transfer window covered right throughout this year in 2024 once the end of the football season is officially over. And we have got major breaking news coming in and out on the final day of the EFL Championship, final day of the 23-24 season, after a 22-year absence, after 22 years away. Ipswich Town are back in the Premier League. Well done to everyone connected with Ipswich Town Football Club. The fans, the supporters, the coaches, the manager, everyone connected to Ipswich Town Football Club. Massive, massive congratulations to everyone at Ipswich Town Football Club. 22 years away. The last time Ipswich Town were in the Premier League was in 2002. I was only 6 the last time Ipswich Town were a Premier League club. And Ipswich Town today are once again officially a Premier League football club. What a job Kieran McKenna has done at Ipswich. What an amazing, outstanding job this guy has done at Ipswich Town Football Club. Back-to-back promotions for the first time in many, many years that Ipswich have gone from League One to the Championship to the Premier League. That is simply outstanding from a club that is so well run off the pitch, that is so well run on the pitch. Ipswich Town, what an amazing season they have had. I'm absolutely thrilled to have this club back in the Premier League. They absolutely deserve to be once again a Premier League club. They've deserved it with every bit of hard graft, determination, commitment and desire that Ipswich Town have put into this whole championship season. Ipswich Town have been nothing more than absolutely magnificent. You've got to applaud them for the season they have had in the championship. Honestly, if you were to start this championship season and everyone was saying that if Ipswich Town were going to go up, it simply wasn't going to happen. I think everybody thought the 3 relegated clubs from the Premier League last season in Leicester, Leeds and Southampton, I think everybody thought that those 3 clubs would come back up automatically, straight away. But for once, we have finally got a championship season where the 3 promoted clubs haven't all gone from relegation to promotion after only 1 season. I think that is a nice change for the championship to see a different club, a different team finally be back in the Premier League. And Ipswich Town have done magnificent. They've had their bumps in the road. They've had a few up and down results. But it's just the commitment from that whole Ipswich squad that has been nothing more than absolutely desirable football, attacking football, free-flowing football, glorious teamwork, glorious team combinations. It shows if you've got a team who have gone from League One to the Championship from last season, I thought, it's going to take a lot to get promoted again the year after. And Ipswich Town, to be honest with me, I did not predict Ipswich Town to be in my top 3 this season. I went with Leeds, Leicester, and I think I went with Southampton. I honestly thought there is no way those 3 relegated clubs would not get promoted straight back to the Premier League. I honestly thought everyone in the Championship has got to fear what these 3 clubs are going to do in the Championship. I thought everyone predicted that they were going to run away with this division. The budgets that those clubs are going to have, no one is going to be able to compete with. But you've got to give Ipswich their commendable effort to prove people wrong and to show what you can do if you can compete with Leeds and you can compete with Leicester and you can compete with Southampton. If you show what you can do with a team on a lesser budget than the 3 relegated clubs, because once you get relegated from the Premier League, you get all this massive amount of parachute payments. Those parachute payments basically give the 3 relegated clubs a shitload of money to basically go again in the Championship and try and get back in one attempt. And yes, to an extent, everybody thought the budgets those 3 clubs have got, there is no way anyone is going to be able to compete. I think, at the end of the season of the Championship today, you've got to give Ipswich the massive congratulations they deserve, because they have taken on Southampton, they have taken on Leeds, they have taken on Leicester, and they have shown to everybody, at the end of the day, we are not going to let you run away with this. We are going to make this look extremely hard for everyone to be able to run away with this league. We are not going to let you do it. We are not going to let these 3 clubs have their own way. We're not going to let these 3 clubs who have got all this money in their bank to go again in the Championship, we are not going to let them run away with the division. We are going to go up against them and we're going to go and compete. We are not going to show that we are going to lie down and give up fighting, because what this Ipswich Town have done today, they've made history by getting back-to-back promotions. I mean, you do not see that a lot. The only club that have done that was the days of the old Southampton, when they went from League One to the Championship and went straight back up to the Prem. It is because they were ready. Southampton were building a team where they were fully ready to once again be a Premier League club. And what Ipswich have shown today, you don't have to have all the money in the world. You don't have to have the biggest budget in the world. If you've got a proper coach and a proper manager with a proper style of football, a proper DNA and proper tactics, this is what a group of players will get on board with. These players have shown today to the Championship, the EFL, and they have shown to the Premier League, do you know what? We can play these big teams. We aren't going to lie down. We aren't going to give up without a fight, and we're not going to let them roll over us. We are going to go up against them and we're going to show them. You might have all the money in the world. You might have the biggest budget in the world. You might have all the money in the world. But at the end of the day, if you've got a team of players that are fully behind the manager, the coaches, the style of play, the DNA, and the tactics, these players will get on board and they will be determined to prove to the EFL and the Championship that, you know what, bring on Leicester, bring on Leeds, and bring on Southampton. Bring them on. And what Ipswich have done today is shown to everybody that they were ready. Ipswich Town were massively doubted to not get back-to-back promotions. Massive congratulations to Tyler in the chat. He's now on 51 crowns on Fortnite. And please subscribe to the channel and the community if you're new, and hit that like button. Ipswich Town have shown you today that they're not scared. They aren't scared of putting up a fight. Honestly, if everyone would have told me at the start of this Premier League season that Ipswich Town were going to be a Premier League club, I wouldn't have believed you. I thought it is going to take a lot to go from League One to the Championship and then to the Premier League, because the problem in the Championship is the parachute payments. I do find it a little bit unfair that once you get relegated from the Premier League and you come up to and you go down to the Championship, what I find unfair, these relegated clubs are getting a shitload of money to basically say, well, we're going to miss you in the Premier League. We basically need you back to turn this division around. And what I find unfair is that once these relegated clubs are given these parachute payments, they are basically allowed to rebuild their squads on a stricter budget, because in the Championship, you've got stricter rules and a stricter budget of what promoted and relegated clubs are able to spend in the Championship. And obviously Leicester and Leeds and Southampton have had that money to be able to rebuild their squads once they were relegated last season. I honestly thought there is no point everyone else competing in the Championship. I don't give anyone else a chance of being able to run these three close. But what Ipswich have done, and I completely agree with David Holden in the chat, very true, a true underdog story. We fully deserve this promotion. Absolutely agree with you. Ipswich Town bloody deserve this. They really, really do. I look at the quality squad they've got. I look at the quality players that team are managing to build a winning team into. I look at the quality of the goals. I look at the quality of the teamwork. I look at the togetherness. I look at the desire. I look at the hard work and grit and true determination. Every single player in that Ipswich squad shows that they aren't going to lie down. They're not going to give up without a fight. They are going to show people, do you know what? We may be the underdog. This Championship season might be a major, major struggle, especially when we've come up from League One into the Championship. And again, it's another level of quality and it's a different league. And you're also going up against these relegated clubs from the Premier League where they're going to have all this money to spend. And then there's your team and your squad and the money that you're going to be able to have. You might not be able to go toe-to-toe with them. You might not be able to have the quality to be able to tackle these bigger clubs because, you know, you would have expected Leeds and Leicester Southampton to run away with this. And in the end, they actually haven't. They actually have been shown that, you know what, you may be a Championship club, but when you start getting cracks along the way and you start dropping points along the way and your results start taking a hit, all of a sudden, the inconsistency does start to show. But Ipswich Town have been there since the start of the season. Ipswich Town have been there ever since the start. They've always been in that top six. Ipswich have always been in that top six. They have never fallen out the playoffs. They've, again, dropped to about third or fourth at times because obviously the quality of Leicester and Leeds and Southampton, all of a sudden it started to shine through. But Ipswich have always been there. They've not gone away, basically. Ipswich are like, do you know what? We aren't going to give up on this. And do you know what? It was looking tough. It was looking very, very shaky. I mean, they were lucky to beat Coventry in midweek, but obviously to get across the line, that shows a lot of grit. Against Hull City, again, when they went 1-0 up, it went to 1-1. Ipswich went back in front 2-1. It went back to 2-2. Ipswich got the lead to make it 3-2 at the KC Stadium. I honestly expected Ipswich to hold on. I honestly did not expect Hull to have a 6-goal thriller with them. I expected Ipswich to show the quality that they were able to offer, and I expected Ipswich to come through. And I was rooting Ipswich on that weekend. I was rooting them on Tuesday night. I was absolutely with those Ipswich fans. I was with those Ipswich Town supporters. I was with them in spirit because I really wanted to see this club in the Prem, because it would be nice of a tradition that a club that has been 22 years away that are back in the Premier League with back-to-back promotions. And you can't take anything away tonight. You've got to applaud what Ipswich Town are doing as a club. They're keeping a squad of players together. They might not have the biggest budgets in the world to be able to compete with, but the money now that they are going to get for being a Premier League club is absolutely going to transform this Ipswich Town team. And I think a lot of people, again, have said already, and they've not even kicked a ball yet in the Premier League, there's going to be a lot of people saying, you know what, these three promoted clubs, they ain't going to stand a chance next season. these 3 promoted clubs that get promoted to the Prem are going to go straight back down. A lot of people say that these promoted teams aren't good enough. These promoted teams are not physical enough. These promoted teams aren't good enough to go head to toe with us every single week, and the bottom 3 will basically pick itself. I do not expect the bottom 3 to be the 3 promoted clubs. I think whoever the 3rd promoted club is, if it's Leeds, Southampton, Norwich, or West Brom, I mean, I didn't expect Norwich to be in the playoffs. I didn't expect West Brom to be in the playoffs. Southampton, I did, and so did for Leeds, but I expected Leeds to get automatic. So it's a bit of a shock that Leeds have all of a sudden fell down massively. And Leeds United are in the mud here. Let's not take away anything from Ipswich Town's promotion. Leeds United have absolutely thrown away their season. I think that 4-0 defeat to QPR last Friday? They lost 4-0 to QPR. That was a telltale sign of this Leeds United team are starting to crack. This Leeds United team are starting to feel the pressure and the momentum because they know they have got to get back to the Premier League, because they know the money they are going to need, the investment they're going to have to do to rebuild that squad. And the manager they've got in Daniel Farke has got to now prepare that Leeds United team for playoffs. And he's going back to Norwich because it's Norwich against Leeds, Southampton against West Brom. I mean, Daniel Farke has got to return to Norwich with that Leeds United squad, with the morale and the confidence and the positivity absolutely on the floor. Leeds United have thrown this opportunity away to get automatic promotion. They have absolutely bottled it. They're absolutely in the mud. They were in such a strong position to get Premier League football. I think a few weeks ago, when Leeds started to sneak up and they got into that second automatic promotion spot, I expected Leeds and Leicester, you know what, you're going to run away with this now. I think Ipswich are going to have to settle for the playoffs. It's going to be Southampton, and then it will be West Brom and Norwich. I think everyone probably would have thought, you know what, in the end, Leeds are going to be too strong. Leeds will overcome the pressure. Leeds will be able to take the grit and the determination into the final days of the championship season and be able to secure that automatic promotion that they desperately needed to get back into the Premier League, because Leeds United need Premier League football. The money, the investment and the sponsorship and the money that they're going to bring in from TV coverage, the players they're going to be able to bring in the track because they're a Premier League club again. Leeds United, that QPR result has absolutely fucked them over. And Ipswich, to their credit, have taken 7 points from their last possible 9. That was good enough in the end. That draw at Hull is a point they should have won. Coventry, in the end, that late winning goal from Callum Burgess sent the Ipswich Town morale absolutely sky high. That late win at Coventry absolutely inspired the Ipswich Town team to get this job done today. And I think for me, the morale and the confidence and the positivity they would have taken from that Coventry result was absolutely fundamental to Ipswich Town's glory today. I think that late goal is basically saved Ipswich from getting into the playoffs. I think if they would have taken a point against Coventry, this would have been squeaky bum time today. This would have been absolutely squeaky bum time, because if it ended a draw, they would have only been a point clear of Leeds today. They would have only been a point clear. Leeds would have been on 90. Ipswich would have been on 91. I would have expected Leeds United to have beat Southampton today. I mean, I can't remember the last time Leeds actually won a game. But you look at it now, I think it's 3 or 4 games now without a Leeds United victory. And that is began because Daniel Farke's Leeds team have been massively figured out. And what I like about Ipswich, that I'm going to take nothing away from because it's absolutely amazing, is the togetherness in that squad. I mean, you look at the squad they've got, and we'll go through that Ipswich squad, but the quality that they have got is absolutely crazy. It is absolutely crazy. And yes, people can say, well, you know, at the end of the day, it's not exactly the best looking squad. And you would have thought, well, do you know what? At the end of the day, it's not exactly what, you know, maybe Ipswich Town need. But you look at the signings. You look at the Premier League experience. You look at the Premier League signings on loan that Ipswich have brought down from the Prem to improve their current squad. That Premier League experience is going to be monumental to Ipswich getting back into the Premier League. That Premier League experience is coming down to the Championship and offering a bit more dimension and a bit more DNA and a bit more quality that Ipswich Town squad was absolutely lacking. You look at their January signings. I mean, Ali Al-Hamadi from AFC Wimbledon, a talented 22-year-old striker, was brought in from AFC Wimbledon from League Two, has added so many goals, so much younger presence up front. That is down to, again, Ipswich Town's massive quality recruitment. Omari Hutchinson, who I absolutely rate so much. He is such a quality attacking player. Absolutely quality. And he's only 20. This guy is only 20. And the quality, the skill, and the technique, and the quality of his pace is absolutely frightening. What he does for Ipswich Town on the right wing, and then he goes to the left, that guy's fundamental to Ipswich Town. Absolute quality signing on loan from Chelsea. And I know Chelsea rate this guy so much, but Ipswich Town have got to do everything in their power to get him back next season, because the 2 goals he scored against Hull were fucking fantastic. The goal he has taken today is not that just down to pure quality. It's down to pure lack of defensive work from Huddersfield Town's back 4, and also basically letting him run at them and basically let him have a free shot on goal. And again, it's also terrible goalkeeping from the Huddersfield Town goalkeeper. It's absolutely poor. But it's the quality that he's able to produce week in, week out for Ipswich. This guy has got game. This guy is absolutely quality. I would love a young, talented winger like that at Manchester United. He offers so much attacking threat that the back 4 of the opposition simply can't cope. And Omari Hutchinson, for me, has got to be given Premier League player, Championship Player of the Season, in my view, because he's just quality. You look at the goals, you look at the quality of his assists, you look at the runs he makes against the opposition back 4. That opposition back 4 can't cope. They absolutely shit their pants every time he gets on the ball and he's attacking their back 4. They simply cannot cope. And now he's a Premier League player at the age of 20. Imagine what he could do in 5-6 years' time. This guy's going to be a top class right winger. Absolutely believe in him. I can't wait to see him in the Prem. I think he's going to do fantastic. If Ipswich can get this player on loan again, or even make him a permanent signing, because he ain't going to get in that Chelsea team. I do not believe he will get in Chelsea's team. They have got too many players in that position already filled. So I hope Ipswich Town get him back on loan. But it's also Jeremy Sarmiento on loan from Brighton, who have done, not had the best season under Roberto De Zerbi. All of a sudden, Brighton have turned to absolute pants again. I do not know what's happened to Brighton lately. But Sarmiento, what a quality player he is. I mean, that's again down to the quality of their recruitment. This recruitment team that Kieran McKenna has built at Ipswich Town Football Club is absolutely crazy. Because look at the young, hungry players he's been able to bring in. And you look at the quality and the instant impact they are making on the Ipswich Town squad. It's firing Ipswich onto fucking new levels that no one's seen. I've never seen such a good Ipswich Town squad like this in years. I've not seen an Ipswich Town club so behind everyone. Everyone's behind each other. There's no cracks. There's no papering over things. Ipswich Town are showing to the world of football that they're ready to be a Premier League club, and I'm so happy that they've got here. But it's also, look at their Premier League experience. Brandon Williams on loan from Manchester United, yes, has been in and out Ipswich Town squad, and obviously he's had a lot of personal problems off the pitch. But again, a Premier League experienced player that Ipswich have managed to get on loan, and hopefully they will make that a permanent signing, because I do fully believe Ipswich Town, again, are going to need to keep some of these Premier League players next season. But they're also going to have to spend a shitload of money, which they now have got, to be able to add even more quality into that Ipswich Town squad. I mean, sky's the limit for what Ipswich Town can do next season, but I do not see this club falling to pieces. I don't see them succumbing to the pressure of Premier League football. Yes, it may be 8 games fewer than what the Championship has, because the Championship has got 46 matches, but the Premier League, you've only got 38. But I don't see them struggling. I don't see them getting relegated. I do not see them getting in a relegation fight. I can see this Ipswich Town club getting mid-table or even top 10. Because if they keep producing these type of players and they keep producing these type of results, then Ipswich Town are going to be absolutely solid. They ain't going to get relegated. They're not going to get in a relegation fight. I think they're going to be absolutely solid next season. I think they're going to be absolutely fine. If I was an Ipswich Town fan or an Ipswich Town supporter, I wouldn't panic. I wouldn't worry, because if you can keep this core squad of players together and you go again next season, but add all that investment that you're now going to get for being a Premier League club again, if you can have the quality that I think you're going to need, sky is the limit, what Ipswich Town could do. But I'm just so pleased that they're back. I mean, Kiefer Moore, hasn't seen much game time at AFC Bournemouth, has hardly seen any. But again, a great signing in the January transfer window on loan from AFC Bournemouth. Again, this is back-to-back promotions for him, because he also got Bournemouth back in the Premier League. Remember he scored that goal against Nottingham Forest that secured Bournemouth's place back in the Premier League a few seasons ago? Great signing from Kieran McKenna, because he's got connections with these Premier League clubs. He's got this pool of being able to bring these players in from the Premier League and say, do you know what? This type of quality I need for my Ipswich team. I need this type of quality on the pitch because we are lacking in certain departments. Come and play for me, and we'll make sure that you're getting the game time and you're going to get the goals you deserve. And Kiefer Moore has been excellent. His physical play, his attributes, the key goals that he's scored this season. I think the key goal was Tuesday night against Coventry when Ipswich took that lead. That for me did it. That for me did it. As soon as that early goal from Ipswich on Tuesday night, that for me was the telltale signs that Ipswich were going to get over the line. They were going to do this today. And I've been absolutely excited all week to see if Ipswich Town can actually make their Premier League dream come true again. And they've done it. They have done it. They have absolutely secured Premier League football because of the quality they're able to produce on the pitch. I mean, Sam Morsey, what a talented midfielder he is. Physical, rough, ready, fights for every ball, fights for every tackle. These Ipswich Town team are quality. The quality they have got on these players is absolutely formidable. I can't believe the quality that I am seeing from these Ipswich players. It's absolutely second to none. Phenomenal. They fight for every ball, every tackle, every corner, every free kick, every throw-in. They absolutely go for absolutely everything. They throw themselves up against the wall. They throw a block in, a tackle in. They go for everything. These Ipswich Town players aren't afraid here. They are not afraid. They are not afraid to get rough and ready. They're ready for the physical and mental fight of being a Premier League club. And that is what I think is going to do them very well next season. I mean, Axel Tuanzebe, ex-Man United reject. Look how well he's done at Ipswich. And apparently, he wasn't ready for a Premier League club like Manchester United. He didn't get given the opportunity at Manchester United. He was treated like crap by previous managers. He was treated like crap. And now at Ipswich, he's absolutely regenerated his career. Absolutely regenerated his career. Has been solid as a rock in that Ipswich back four. Again, because he's got Premier League experience, he's got the quality in his defensive work to be able to show, do you know what? I can add something to this Ipswich Town back four, and we're going to be able to be solid because I know what to do at the right places at the right time. And he's been solid. His passing is solid. His defence work is so key. You don't see that from Premier League players. You don't. But when you get them at a Championship club who have got that Premier League experience already, look at the quality you are going to be able to add at that football club. Look at the quality you are able to add. I mean, another shout out to, again, you look at the players they've got. Levi Davis, I mean, for me, that guy is ready for a Premier League club. Talented, world-class left-back. I can't believe the quality I have seen from him. He has been absolutely solid at left-back for Ipswich this season. And he's only 24. When you put him in at left-back, this is the type of left-back Man United are calling out for. You look at the quality of his assists, the quality of his passes, the quality of his crossing. He's an absolute threat for any club in the left-back position from the opposition. He's quality because his defensive work and his work going forward with the ball is absolutely phenomenal. Quality left-back. I think for me, that's one player Ipswich have got to keep hold of. For me, he's the right fit for the left-back position going forward. But I think Premier League clubs are going to come after him because I think he's got the quality to be a top 6 left-back in the world of football, even European football. I think he's ready. And I'm hoping Ipswich do keep hold of him because money does talk. And unfortunately, that is going to be a big problem for Ipswich, I think. Now they are a Premier League club and they've got these players that are able to produce quality. Premier League clubs are going to come after their players. That's the only worrying concern I've got for Ipswich. But again, it's not just him. I mean, the quality of Wes Burns, the quality of Connor Chaplin, Massimo Luongo, George Hurst, Cameron Burgess, Sonny Aluko, Nathan Broadhead, their goalkeeper Václav Halkati, Luke Wolfenden, Marcus Harness, Lewis Travers, Harry Clark, George Edmondson, Caden Jackson, Cameron Humphreys, Christian Walton, who was meant to be the number 1 goalkeeper, but obviously suffered a bad injury before the start of the Championship season. I mean, it's just quality written all over the Ipswich squad. And yes, like I said, it's been one of those Championship seasons where you are going to get bad results. You are going to drop points. You are going to start suffering a little few cracks and the pressure will start to tell come the end of the Championship season. But for me, this has to go down as the underdog story of the whole footballing calendar. For me, no one saw Ipswich Town coming. No one thought, do you know what? Ipswich Town aren't going to be a threat. Ipswich Town aren't going to do special things. Ipswich are going to be one of those clubs where, do you know what, at the end of the day, I don't think they're going to do well in the Championship. They're a League One club. Coming up to the Championship is a different kettle of fish. It's a different lot of quality. I just think in the end, not a lot of clubs saw this Ipswich Town side going to do well. I think there was a load of doubters, a load of people that don't believe in Ipswich Town and the smaller other clubs in the Championship. But it's not just they're small. They're not small clubs at all. Ipswich Town have got history. They've actually played in Europe. They did well under George Burley. I mean, you've got to give credit to what Ipswich Town have done. And you know what? I have to hold my hands up here. I have got to hold my hands up. When it went bad at Manchester United, when it went really, really bad, I don't know when I'm going to be on Fortnite. I'm not 110% sure yet, but I will try and get online later on today. Not sure what time, but I've got plenty of time to be able to get online. Where I think I've got to hold my hands up, where the days of Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, I think everybody knew it was going to end in tears. It was not going to go down well. It was all going to end in complete heartbreak and another sacking of another Manchester United manager. It wasn't just down to Solskjaer. It was down to his coaching setup, the coaching team, the lack of recruitment from the Glazers, the lack of backing in the transfer window. But a lot of people, came at me and said, you know what? You put a lot of blame on him. You put a lot of blame on the coaches. You blame him for the mess. You blame them for the setup. You don't believe in their attributes to the world of football. You don't believe in their skill. You don't believe in what they could do on and off the pitch to make Man United a better football club. And Solskjaer was a big problem. Everybody knew Ole Gunnar Solskjaer was a big problem at Manchester United. I think everybody can admit he was a big problem. He shouldn't have got the manager's job. He should have never became Manchester United Football Club's manager, and he should have never been given the job in the first place. And a lot of people, did say you blame Kieran McKenna a lot, you blame Michael Carrick a lot, and at the end of the day, they weren't being able to do a job because of Solskjaer's lack of quality or lack of understanding of what football can actually do. I blamed McKenna a lot. I blamed Carrick a lot because the coaching setup I did not think was working. Even having the experience of Mike Phelan there, you would have thought that would have brought something to Manchester United Football Club. And it didn't. It didn't bring back the good old days. It was absolutely jobs for the boys, mates rates FC. And I blamed McKenna a lot. I blamed Carrick a lot because I basically knew them as coaches, they weren't good enough. They were nowhere near ready the level that I thought they were. But I have got to hold my hands up and I apologise now because Kieran McKenna is a quality manager. He's a quality coach. You look at the DNA, you look at the style of play, you look at the tactics, you look at everything that he has done at Ipswich Town Football Club. He went to Ipswich into League One. Ipswich in League One were 12th when he went to manage them. Ipswich Town were in 12th place in Sky Bet League One. 12th place. To get promotion from where he got them in League One to automatic to the Championship. But what he's done today for Ipswich Town, he's created history. Back-to-back promotions with the same club. Has finished second on 96 points. Has outplayed Leeds, outfought Southampton, been a consistent top 4 club all season long, have been scoring quality goals, picking up consistency away from home, especially at Portman Road as well. Obviously, a few matches ago against Coventry, Cameron Burgess won them the game through a late winner. Hull City, they shouldn't have conceded the third goal when they were 3-2 up, which was obviously heart-wrenching because I wanted Ipswich Town to win that game last weekend. And today, he has shown to the world of football that he's proved me wrong. And I hold my hands up here. I was wrong about Kieran McKenna. I was absolutely wrong about him. And I've got to hold my hands up. I've got to. Because he's proved to me today that he absolutely understands coaching. He knows how to set a team up. He knows how to deliver consistency. He knows how to deliver results. He knows how to get clubs out of difficult periods and difficult situations that football club have got themselves into. No one expected Ipswich to do a lot of things this season. No one expected it. Ipswich have come from the underdog to be a consistent top football club. And they've been feared now. Ipswich Town are going to be feared now because Kieran McKenna has brought back the attitude. He's brought back the fight. There's a clear style of play. There's a complete different DNA to what Ipswich were under previous managers. Ipswich was struggling in League One in 12th. It's about mid-table. And obviously Ipswich Town should not be in League One. They're too big of a club to ever be in League One. They're too good for that division. But what he's done, he's added quality from his Premier League connections. I mean, Kiefer Moore, Brandon Williams, Amari Hutchinson, Jeremy Saramento. He's brought in players like Axel Twanzebe. I mean, that is 5 Premier League experienced players already that have brought quality into that Ipswich team. You've also got players like Nathan Broadhead, who was at Wigan, Marcus Harness, who was at Portsmouth, Lewis Travers, who was at Blackburn Rovers, Caden Jackson, who was at Accrington Stanley. I mean, Ali Al-Hamdi from AFC Wimbledon of League Two. Obviously, those players aren't exactly, what you would expect Ipswich to go down that route of bringing in quality, experienced EFL players from a lower league in League One or League Two. But He's managed to blend this squad so well together. He's managed to get them playing as a team. They look solid defensively going forward. They always look a threat. They always score quality goals. And I think, Kieran McKenna has shown today that he can absolutely do it in a nutshell. He has shown today he is a quality manager ready to make it to the top. And he's created history. He's got Ipswich Town deservedly back in the Premier League. And they absolutely deserve it. And you know what? I couldn't be more proud of what Kieran McKenna has done today. I've got to applaud him because there is a style of play there. There's a DNA at Ipswich that never go down without a fight. They're always fighting for everything. Their togetherness as a squad is absolutely commendable. They're just a well-run football club. When you've got a proper coach that gets you playing proper quality football, Kieran McKenna is now going to become a wanted man, because if he can do this for Ipswich, what could he do for a higher level club? I wouldn't fear he's going to go anywhere. I think he's committed to Ipswich Town. He's got them promoted. Obviously, it's going to take a few days to settle down, because obviously there's going to be plenty of parties, plenty of promotion things happening tonight for Ipswich, because they've basically gone from the underdog to everyone to fear them. That is what's happened today. They have shown that they were ready to go again. And everyone basically said, not a chance. It will be Leicester, Leeds and Southampton. But what they've shown today is, do you know what? Bring it on. We're not scared of these clubs. We are going to make sure that we are going to go out there and we are going to go in that championship with nothing to lose, nothing to prove. We're here deservedly on merit. We are here to make a statement. We are here to make an entrance. We are going to go into this. We are going to go into that championship with nothing to fear. We are on the same level as everyone else. We may be from League One, but you know what? We're in the championship. We deserve to get promoted. And you know what? Bring on the challenge, because League One and the championship obviously is massively different in quality. But it's the recruitment that Kieran McKenna has brought in all these experienced players, as well as these young, hungry players from the lower leagues of the EFL in League One and in League Two. And he's managed to blend that squad into a winning mentality team that have got the balls, have got the energy, and have got everything grasping to become a Premier League footballer. And all of them today have become a Premier League team. All of those players today are now Premier League footballers. And they absolutely deserve it. 110%. They deserve to be in the best league in the world, which is the Premier League. And a lot of people have said you haven't said that in the last few weeks, but the quality that Ipswich have become is absolutely commendable. I did not expect them to be a Premier League club. Honestly, today, I've been proved wrong. That Ipswich has shown me that they are ready to be a Premier League club. They absolutely deserve to be promoted today. And I congratulate everyone, because on paper, they deserve it, because they have gone all season and they have not given up. You don't see those Ipswich players giving up. You don't see those Ipswich players giving in. You see those Ipswich players who are fighting for every game, fighting for every match, fighting for every win, every point, even when they've lost a few games. If you look at the results this season, Ipswich Town, if we go by the championship table, and if you go to and look at that Premier League, if you look at that championship table, Ipswich Town have become the first club to only lose 6 times this season. 6 times. That's all that Ipswich have lost, 6 games. Leicester have lost more than them. Leeds have lost more than them. Ipswich Town, for me, have got the best record for defeats. They're the only club with the less defeats out of every other club in the championship. They've only finished a point off championship champions Leicester. They have finished 6 points clear of Leeds, 9 points clear of Southampton. They have finished 21 points clear of West Brom, 23 points clear of Norwich, and 26 clear of Hull. That is down to Kieran McKenna. I got it wrong with him. I misjudged the guy. And I hold my hands up. When I get something wrong, I am not afraid to hold my hands up and say, do you know what? I misjudged him. I didn't really back him as a coach. I think going into a club like Ipswich, you're going to get found out very quickly. But what he's done today is absolutely proved the world of football. You may have doubted me at Manchester United, and you might have well said to me, well, I'm not a good enough coach, but I'm going to prove to you that I am good enough to be a coach. I am good enough to take a club and get it promoted to the Prem. And I'm going to show you that you were wrong about me. And today, he's proved me wrong. So, without further ado, Ipswich Town, welcome back to the Premier League. Looking forward to playing you at Portman Road next season. Can't wait to see you come back to Old Trafford. Welcome back to Match of the Day and Match of the Day 2. That's going to be very, very strange but exciting to see Ipswich Town on the BBC next season for Premier League football. Obviously, congratulations to everyone connected with Ipswich Town, the manager, the coaches, the staff, the players, the fans, the supporters. Everyone connected to Ipswich Town, you can absolutely celebrate your monumental promotion. Back-to-back promotions from League One to the Championship to the Premier League. Ipswich Town, again, are a Premier League club after 22 years away. So I hope you've enjoyed this live stream. Hit the like button, hit the share button, hit the subscribe button if you're new to the channel. United Red Devils 20 on YouTube. Share the video, hit the tweet button, hit the retweet button. Remember to always put the notification bell on all times to receive dedicated brand new content right throughout the rest of 2024 on United Red Devils 20 on YouTube for more Fortnite, Rocket League, EAFC, Fall Guys, Call of Duty, previews, match reactions. We've got the summer transfer window covered right throughout 2024 once the football season comes to an end, concludes and finishes. We've also got plenty more brand new videos, shorts and live streams planned, but today is a day of celebration for world football and global football. After 22 years away, Ipswich Town Football Club are a Premier League team once again. Welcome back to the Premier League, Ipswich. You absolutely deserve it. Massive, massive congratulations to all of you. Ipswich Town, once again, for the first time since 2022, no, since 2002, sorry. Since 2002, 22 years ago, Ipswich Town find themselves in 2024 back in the Premier League. Well done, Ipswich.